Dingus Mortimus with the test. Oh wait. Oh wait. I'm playing double audio right now. Hold on. Wait. Okay, music's a little loud, just by a smidge. There we go. Okay, here we are. What's up, Maximus? How you doing? Let's just do this for now. While I figure out what we're doing. Doing okay. Coolooge started. Cool legs started. Them some cool legs. Why does my like whole setup feel wrong? That's my focus. Okay. Fine. Good enough, I suppose. Yup. Hopefully I won't fail classes like my name suggests this time. I believe in you, Maximus. I think you can do it. I think you're the master of your own destiny. Although I don't know if that's actually a helpful statement for that. Because that means it's your fault if you fail, which sometimes, honestly, I feel like with college stuff, kind of dumb how some of that grading system works. I think we talked about last time you were having struggles and like just like the fact that some classes are like, yeah, you're supposed to fail because we've designed the program to be that way. It's like, okay, that's not helping anyone. I get the advice, but to be frank, it was my fault on any class I did fail. There you go. Well, either way, I believe in you, dude. You're a smart feller. You know what I mean? And for free? The stream is free. Free to watch. I'm taking a stance. Okay. I'm taking a stand for that stance. Welcome in, Sir Birdie. A very early standing desk. That works, I'll be lurking. Nice. Welcome in, though, either way. We've got a Lugana Blugana. Hi. Hi. There we go. Hold on. Okay. What are we doing today? I have no idea. We can... I think we should just finally take Maximus's suggestion and just do a driving down the interstate stream. And yeah, here we go. Let's go. Let's go to my car. Just kidding. Yeah, honestly, I'm still kind of... Hell yeah. Aw. One day I will. Just for you. It'd probably be terrible because like you just get like spotty reception. Okay, I can't have Discord up in the background. There we go. But yeah. Wait, did I send the going live notification? Yes. Okay. We're good. Okay. Why am I so sniffly? Probably allergies. I feel like whenever it's kind of like turning fall, like I think the mold allergies get worse, and so you get all sniffly. Anyway, how are y'all doing this this fine morning? I think I already asked, but I'm trying to decide if I want to work on card design or if I want to do if I want to do card design or just work on the video. I think regardless of whether I work on the video on stream or not, the video should come out this week. Finally. Feels like it's been freaking forever because it probably has. Of course, I kind of like lost a month there. As far as like time goes. But you know, here we are. Let's open this. Well, it's all kind of morphed up. Everything gets switcherooed. I don't know why some of these get flip-flopped. And some of these aren't updated either. I probably should just redo this and remake the decks, but I was thinking about maybe just putting the Necromancer in the God of War deck because, you know, the Necromancy altar is so good with whatever, but problem is I don't feel like I have a preference of what I want to do. You know, normally I'm kind of like have a thing I want to do. Sorry, now I'm just reading the whatever. Anyway, what do we do today? We could yeah, this is always the worst. It's always the worst when I'm like, all right, yeah, time to stream, and then I have nothing to do. I guess we could just draw a card. I mean, otherwise we're basically the other option is that we animate the art we did on Friday. We should pull that up just for the giggles of it. One way or another, we'll probably do something art-ish related. Yeah, so this is the final piece. I think part of me wants to put something like up over here, which might... Why is it loading so weirdly? There we go. Yeah, it's gonna be cropped kind of like this, but I figured I'd just leave the extra space. I could put... I kind of want to put the black hole in the sky. It might be like a little bit extra. I feel like it might look cool. We'll take a look. We'll tweak it a smidge, but otherwise I think we're done with it. Yeah, I guess to be fair, like I have over like 60 VFX shots in this thing. Might look cluttered, but the shot you're going for is made to be cluttered, I guess. Yeah, it's true. It's kind of just like one of those really busy detail, like a Where's Waldo page, right? Like it's it's cluttered. I guess you wouldn't necessarily call it art though, you know? I don't know. I don't know how you would define that. Because there's things that like art pieces that are very cluttered that still look good, right? I don't think just because it's doesn't have a super good focus means it's necessarily bad. You know, bad art. How did I do this? I I guess I literally just directly edited it in After Effects last time. We're just gonna put it in on our own here. So we just need to go to card art. Old God cards. This is a ruin. Well, actually, we'll take it from the curse instead of from the ruin because it is better quality. The patron wears well can definitely be art. Yeah, I mean, it definitely is, right? I'm just trying to decide, like, I don't know how I would, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say, if I'm being honest with you. I lost my train of thought. Okay, first we're gonna merge the group. I think it looks kind of cool behind here, though, doesn't it? Like, it kind of feels like it. I might make it teal again, but and maybe more in the background, but I guess we can just do like this, and then just do color. This might be one of those things I should just be like toned down a bit too. I don't know. What we'll do is I'm kind of just going to keep throwing. I'm going to throw one other thing in here too, which is, again, probably too much, but we'll see. I just feel like there needed to be something on the side, but I want to see if amplification tower looks good in there too. Just in the distance. It's like all these layers. And amplification tower in the distance. Why is that a song? It's not. I don't know. I'm losing my mind already. Don't worry about it, guys. We don't want to merge layers quite yet. We want to get rid of the line art first. Get rid of the ugly line art. I probably should grab my drawing pad. I've been trying to think of a few things. Well, I have y'all here. By y'all, I mean Maximus mostly. I've been trying to think of like stuff y'all might want. As far as things from me, right? Like, like if, what am I trying to say? I think it would be cool to, two things. One, I want to do more with my Patreon, whatever you want to call it. But I haven't really done more, like enough with it, I feel like, right? So I feel like that would be cool to do more stuff with that to kind of encourage people to do it. Also, not alternatively, but additionally, I want to do more with, what's it called? Discord server stuff, like have events and stuff like that. In part, potentially have like rewards for participating in different events. One we talked about was doing something like a deck building competition, and I feel like it'd be cool to have a reward for me, what that might be, you know. And I don't know what people would find interesting there, you know? I mean, I could always do art. I'll decide if I want to do that as an ad layer. So yeah, I've been trying to figure that kind of thing out. Just because I think it would be good in general to have more going on with the I think amp tower is too much. Oops, no merge visible. Yeah, it's too much. This is good though. I like this. I like the addition to that. But yeah, I've been trying to think of more stuff that y'all might find you know, more interesting, more like I'm trying to expand upon what we're doing here. Because I don't want to like stagnate, you know, that's always my my thing. Because I don't want to I don't want to just like have everything end up being you know, just it always being the same, you know. We want to get better. That's always the goal, is to improve. So if I can have stuff that's cool for you guys, I think that, you know, obviously I want to do that. So yeah, I think it's, I don't know, I think this is done. Maybe we'll just work on this because I feel like it's not, I don't know. We could do like card design instead, but no one seems to have a preference right now. So I think I might just finish this and then we can get the video out a little bit sooner. I need to find more music for the video though. Well, I kind of do, kind of don't. It kind of depends on how I want to do it. It'd be awesome if I could find someone like Lazy Laser or what's up, Late Ginger Dev? How you doing? Good afternoon. It's going well. We finished this last time. I think it turned out pretty good. It's gonna be kind of cropped like that, but I think we're gonna try to animate it today. I don't know if we want to do this or if we want to actually work on like the game, you know, but been trying to decide today what the plan was. Work on the game. I could do that. We could do that. Yeah, I've been kind of trying to decide if we want to try to get the video done or if we are working on the game, but Yeah, I mean, I definitely, I've been thinking it probably makes more sense to work on the game just because of the fact that I haven't worked on it on stream in a while, in like 2 or 3 streams. So, you know, I mean, this is kind of work on the game, right? Like, promotional content is still work on it. I'm biased though as a game dev myself. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's mostly going to be art related, probably. I mean, well, let's see where we're at. We've got let's see. We've got what is it called? We've got our document here of beta cards that we want to add. Or okay, this is just a white screen. I apologize. We're working on the God of War. Okay, we wrote down card names, but nothing else. We kind of combined 2 of these, but like an armory would be cool. I don't know what that would do, but yeah, we have. So the Spellblade isn't particularly supposed to be in this deck necessarily. Is this laggy? No, whatever. Spellblade is just happens to potentially maybe be good in this deck. It might not be necessarily great, especially because we already have the Marauder, but well, no, Spellblade would be kind of, you don't have a lot of card draw though, so this one's kind of like a maybe. These ones definitely go in the deck. We also just created a new land for it. We also probably want like this card and this card, and maybe, like I said, we probably want there's a potential to put Necromancy Altar because it revives your heroes, and heroes are going to be pretty important with God of War. I think I did alter God of War so it also works with any card that can attack rather than just heroes. Which we'll have to see if that's broken or... To be honest, Army Camp is less synergistic than Necro Altar. Yeah, that's true. But now that Army Camp can also attack on 2, it can attack twice and benefits from the god, because you make any attack buff God of War noticeably, and it was good already. Yeah, it's kind of like the test to see how it works. If it's bad, we can just change it back, but especially because technically then it buffs itself, right? So it definitely is going to be a pretty huge buff, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. How long have you been working on your game? This one, God, what's it been, Maximus? Like almost 2 years now. That feels insane. It can't be 2 years. No. Year and a half. It's definitely been over a year at this point, I think. When did I post the video? March of 2024. Okay, not only a year. Although I'm trying to remember. Wait, no. Sorry, that's the wrong video. Right? July of 2024. Okay. So the camp versus altar before I found out God of War works with any attack. Yeah. I also nerfed Harvest as well. Hi Gra, how you doing? Dropping in for like 5 minutes. No worries, dude. I know you're still in class, so Hi from the other side, Grot. How you doing? But yeah, it's been a good minute. We actually are, I guess, getting close to the year anniversary of this game. Maybe we should do something special for that. I tried to guess the song, but I'm way too tired for that. Okay, let's see if this works now. Hold on. No. No. See, I connected Spotify to my chat app, and in theory, it's supposed to allow us to have commands that do that. There's also supposed to be a point system, but I guess I have to maybe assign actions that fit with the points so YouTube people can get points, but I have to dig into this more. Unfortunately, that doesn't seem to be working. Womp womp. All right, well, we tried. We'll try to get it to work, but maybe we'll have to have another stream soon where we just do stream improvements the whole time, which may be boring, but here we are. What song is it? It's Desert Neon Raceway. What do you do to harvest? Harvest, it's, I think we talked about this before. It's the still the same with the exception that it's half the number, essentially. It's half of both players rounded up or down. I can't remember. Which I think we talked about. And at first I was thinking it was too confusing, but then I was like, you know, whatever. We have like the monk and stuff that work that way. So, I think it's fine. I still like the, you know, the interaction between, I didn't know if you actually did that or not. Yeah, at first I was like skeptical and didn't want to do it, but then I was like, you know, it's a good idea. Hello, DDP. Hello, Anonymous. How you doing today? How's life? How's it going here? It's good. We're trying to figure out whether we were doing, working on cards or doing more of this stuff. So far, it seems like the votes are for more cards rather than more visual effects stuff, which is fine. Honestly, I think at this point, I'm at a good point where I think the video will be able to come out this week regardless. So I think basic divination is too complex now. Oh, division, not divination. My brain is still waking up. Damn, the bar is low. I mean, yeah, halving and halving and like doubling are fine. It's honestly, I don't know why I was thinking it was too complex. I think I was in a mood. Who knows? My 5 minutes are up. Bippity boppity boo. No Grot for you. Goodbye, Grot. We'll see you one day again. Some year. Bye, chat. Goodbye, chat. Yeah, all these cards are kind of messed up. I really need to, well, part of the problem is whenever I add new cards, it messes up the old cards. But okay. I guess I could just do this. Oh, the other question is, do we have windmill in here now? No. Let me update the game on Dexterous real quick. I might leave for now along with Grot. I might return. You're leaving me? Just kidding. Can't believe you. I thought we had something special. Oh, did they change this? Where's the export button now? Huh? Oh wait, I'm literally insane. It's literally right there. I just was clicking the wrong menu button. Yeah. So yeah, we need to figure out more cards for the God of War deck. Oops, I didn't actually need to download that. In theory, this should just auto update. Although it might not want to directly with well, on main menu. Yes, we need to clear the data before we reload it, I think. Yeah, because mod caching can ruin that. There we go. Yeah. Look at these new cards. Waste Haven. Heck yeah. So yeah, we got... It's only 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oops. Okay, so we got Waste Haven. We've got Marauder. Spellblade's a potential. Let's just rebuild this deck, because before it was messy. Pretty much any card that can attack is going to be good with God of War. But Barbarian is the right flavor. Desert, also the right flavor. And then we want Turtle. Yeah, part of the reason for the God of War change was because it then synergizes with Turtle, which I feel like maybe isn't the right move, but you know, here we are. We also didn't... Hold on, before we get way too into this, let's if anyone has any questions, if you're new here and you don't understand what I'm doing, please feel free to ask. Sometimes I get too far into it because, you know, I've been working on it for, like I said, a good number of months, over half a year. So it is worth letting me know if I'm not being descriptive enough with what I'm doing. Essentially, though, the God of War deck is very, like, aggressive is the idea. Like, just attack all the time, and everything generates units based on attacking more than, you know, any sort of passive generation. Hopefully this should update everything now. In theory, yes. It does. Okay, so God of War. Just fix that, but here we are. God of War, we got Marauder. Potentially Spellblade. The God of War deck actually has a decent amount of cards already, but Turtle, Fortress. So Fortress and Turtle are both good because they can attack. Pretty much any card that can attack is going to be a good one in this deck. It might be overpowered now that this is a thing that you can attack, or any card that attacks gains units, but I was thinking it would be cool to auto mod held a thing. Stream boo denied. No, standing desk is up already. We've been waffling around for 30 minutes, huh? I think it might be a little overpowered to have this way, the more I think about it, but I don't know. Again, it's usually okay to like have things be a little overpowered when you're testing it, because then people actually will use it. Honestly, I think that's like a decent set for structures. Oh wait, we need Barbarian. We could, because we have a we have the Necro Altar, we could put a Necromancer in there. My only trepidation of doing that is this all of a sudden feels a little bit like the Destruction deck, but it's only 2 shared cards, which is maybe, you know, not a problem. But we do need 2 more lands. We did talk about an Oasis and a what's it called? We kind of have an Oasis with this. It's not really an Oasis, but it kind of looks like one at this point. So maybe we shouldn't reuse Oasis, but Quicksand was a cool idea as well. So we could do that. It might be cooler to do something rather than like Necromancy Altar, doing something like a I thought it'd be cool to have like a barracks or something like that, where like when a card attacks, it gains units, kind of, you know, kind of similar to these effects, except it's, you know, this is the card that's gaining the units. But that might be kind of crazy. You can transfer units from hero to hero. That's with this guy already, if you get it to the right number of units. This is technically hero to any card, not just hero to hero, but yeah. Oh. So yeah, technically that we have that. I had an idea if you didn't have it already, yeah. I feel like, I mean, Necro Altar is good, but then again, like if the ideas for like everything to be able to attack, then not necessarily everything, but like, you know, like this is like a maybe. The deck's looking cool, though. The sand theme is kind of really cool, right? I feel like it would probably be more interesting, and Spellblade's also kind of a maybe. I'm kind of like meh on that. These are definite cards, I would say. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, what are you scratching my carpet for? Something like a Combat Pit or Gladiator Arena that lets you discard a hero and add its units to another hero or something. Interesting. I was thinking of doing a Gladiator as like a hero card would be kind of cool. I don't know what that would do, but yeah, Gladiator Arena could be kind of cool. Lets you discard a hero and add its units to another hero or something. That's kind of cool, but also I'm trying to decide how that would work. We discard 2 heroes and put in play to add units to a new hero. I like the idea. I just trying to find how that would be beneficial. Because that's kind of like anti-synergy with your god. Because like you're gaining units from attacking. So discarding anything that attacks seems kind of like a bad move, you know? So discarding something from your hand, I can see. But I'm trying to decide how that would gain you units in like what way, right? But having abilities would probably be good here, like some sort of ability cards. But then like at that point, like why not just Mage's Tower, you know? Because this seems more specific than that. Because Mage's Tower is just discard a card, get 3 units, right? Hey, hey, I told you to stop. Yeah, you're very cute. I get it. So you attack with 2 heroes, then play a 3rd hero, add all the units. You play 2 heroes. Girl, you're about to get blasted. Keep scratching my carpet. Yeah, you're fine. It got, kitten. If you attack with 2 heroes, play a 3rd hero, add all the units from the first two to power it up. Because you lose units when they attack, right? Yeah, so you... Well, technically, they lose, but they also gain units, right? So it's like... They'll have 2 weak heroes. Yeah. But card placement is, like, extremely powerful. Like... The problem is one of like the main resources in the game is the ability to play cards. And if you're sacrificing 2 heroes for the cost of 1, I'm trying to decide how that's not a downside in this case. I get what you're saying, because it's kind of nice to have like you can take out bigger targets, right? I guess is the cool way of doing it, because right now I think what you're saying is necessary. I'm just trying to figure out how to make that work. Because yeah, right now pretty much everything only gains units on a hero, and if you can't transfer units between heroes, that does make it difficult to kill things. So being able to combine their power does actually... Okay, I think I see what you're saying. I'm just trying to figure out how to do that exactly. Let's pretend the Spellblade is the guy. Because I think you're right. I'm trying to figure out how well that works conceptually. Or conceptually it works, but I'm trying to figure out how it works in reality, right? So you have... The problem is you can't place a card before you attack, unless you make it a spell. But then it's like one-time use, so it's like... Say we have 2 heroes with units. Or a structure ability. True. They both kill one monster or something. Yeah. Then you play Spellblade and give it the remaining 4. That is kind of cool. I feel like it almost requires Necromancy Altar though, because if you kill all your heroes with that, then it's no. I think you're onto something. I'm just wondering if killing 2 cards is worth playing a third. It is very aggressive, which I do like. But I almost feel like Necromancy Altar is like almost completely required, and right now we only really have one more slot for heroes, or for this deck, unless we want to get rid of something that we already have. Their way of disabling them instead of killing, that's maybe a good idea. I like that. It would work with Oasis Tent, right? If it would gain the units. No, because Oasis currently is if a hero is attacked, then you gain units. We could change Oasis to like if you're attacking, but good morning. Yo, Fig. How's it going? So Wastehaven is kind of a defensive thing, which is maybe not, maybe we need to change that. I don't know. Kind of now that I'm thinking about it, the effect is cool. We count the consolidation of units from a gladiator arena as as attacking each other. So Oasis gains units too. Wording that might be weird, but I could maybe see that working. Unsatisfied, yo, how's it going? It's going well. We're kind of just doing some theory crafting for new cards. I don't know if that's quite the right word for it, but yeah. How you doing today? Huh. The way it would have to be worded, this could be changed to like if a hero loses units in any way, gain 1 unit. That would be like the way to reword this, right? Good. I got a cat, by the way, just like I told you. Heck yeah. I like it. Well, hold on. That gets confusing because then does transferring units from one hero to another count as gaining units? Because then you get this active and then technically you have infinite units with Oasis or Wastehaven. Which isn't like the worst thing, but also kind of like, it's like one of those like, you don't lose units though, you're moving them. But you're also moving units here though. You're essentially, you gain units equal to the, I guess it depends on how it's worded, right? So like if Okay, so these guys have attacked. And I want to play another card, get another attack out of it. These guys either die or whatever. They 3 units each for here. Maybe they die. I don't know. We'll decide. Maybe it's 1 additional unit. I guess it depends on how it's worded, right? This is moving, right? And essentially moving these. But it could be worded they lose all their units and then this guy gains units equal to that. Choose 2 heroes, they lose units, units they have, put one of the units on a new hero. Yeah, so I guess it depends on how it's worded. Okay, I think we can try it. I'm conflicted. Here's the part I'm conflicted on now. Should it drop them to 1 unit and disable them? Or should it just kill them? If it kills them, I feel like this deck needs Necromancy Altar, which then again kind of takes up one of our 4 slots, which means one of these would need to go, which would probably be Army Camp. But Army Camp's really good in this deck. So I feel like if it's disabling, we can get away with not keeping Necro Altar. But at the same time, sometimes those kind of choices are the kind of like the part that makes deck building interesting, right? Is that there's a limit to like you have to make that choice, right? You can't just have all the good cards in your deck. I don't know. I think disabling 2 heroes is pretty punishing. Let's think about it for a bit, and in the meantime, let's draw a Coliseum kind of deal, a Gladiator Arena. I think that would be kind of cool. I think regardless, that would be a cool looking card, and if we end up not using it, then we make it into something else, right? If the effect ends up being broken or whatever. Yeah, Unsatisfied, are you in the Discord server? I want to say you are, but I could be wrong. I say, because if you are, you should share cat pictures in the pet thing, or in the stream thing, one of the two. Yeah, I thought a Comet Pet Gladiator Arena would be cool in this deck. Yeah, honestly, I did too. I was thinking about it, or I was at least thinking about maybe making a Gladiator as like a card. Like, you know, one of those like weird gladiator helmets. You know what I'm talking about? Why are they always so weird? Like one of these. Where do these even come from? You know what I mean? I'm sure there's some lore to it. I guess there's also like these ones, which are cool too, but yeah, the weird like basket face. I guess they're probably just most meant to be like decorational, right? Like they're not like they're interesting because the combatants are supposed to look interesting. It's all for entertainment, right? Oops. So you may as well make them look cool. Give me a second. I'm gonna grab my art pad. I had put it off to the side because me and my brother were playing games yesterday. One of the things I have is when I built this desk, I made sure to have like a little extra spot that has enough room for someone else. It's the friend desk, the friend corner. Has enough room for a laptop and a chair. So anyway, let's draw a gladiator arena. Yeah, what's everyone else up to today? What are y'all working on? What are y'all doing? What are y'all who's it what's it, you know? Gladiator arena. And of course we're gonna get the Colosseum, right? The Colosseum. The fight pit too. I'm trying to decide if this should be like what kind of like vibe we're going for here. It probably should be a little less like, because the Colosseum's cool, but I also feel like if we make it too grand like that, that does make it a little bit more like I feel like the Maraud, I was about to say Marauders and Barbarians at the same time, because I guess it's both of them, are kind of seem maybe more nomadic, but I have the idea from Dungeon Keeper 2 Combat Pit. The art you're doing for this deck reminded me of it. Okay, let me look that up. Dungeon Keeper 2 Combat Pit. Okay. Yeah, it's more. Yeah, it's definitely more dungeony, right? I feel like it's it's like a square with spikes. Well, so like here's my two ideas, and let's see what y'all think. Option one is we go kind of more in the vein of like, you know, sort of like bone structure, maybe made out of like whatever. We kind of go with this sort of aesthetic, which could work, right? Or alternatively, we go like this fight pit is in the capital of like the barbarian city. I feel like barbarian is probably like a term that they're given and not like the term that they are, right? Because that's probably you know, they probably have a capital city, and does that capital city have a giant arena? We don't really have much lore on them. But yeah, like our here's our two designs. Design one is like we go crazy and we do like, you know, something like the Colosseum like this, right? We do something cool like that. Option 2 is we do something, or maybe like, you know, like here, if we go to Fight Pit, I had some pictures and I moved it and then it disappeared. Yeah, like something like this, right, would be cool. Or like this is the other idea, right? Just like a simple, like a fenced in area, right? We could do something like that. Or like this. Like how these are a lot of these are like minis. I'm also trying to figure out what perspective we want. But I feel like something grander kind of feels cooler though, you know? Also, this angle's probably not good. I think something like something similar to this. Maybe a little less. Whatever. Maybe we'll just start drawing and see what happens. Usually seems to work out in some fashion or another. And maybe we kind of go somewhere between the two concepts. Oh, we're in an ad. Oof. Okay. Let's take a quick break and I'll be back.
Hey, I'm Beats. Physics is a tricky theme to adapt to a board game. However, to tackle it, I decided to make gravity one of the main sources of movement. At first, I thought of a Tetris-style approach where everything moves downward, but I thought that was kind of dull, so I brainstormed a bit and came up with a space concept. I could use planets and other celestial bodies to manipulate gravity in different directions. That led me to my first major card type, celestial bodies, consisting of planets, moons, asteroids, stars, and black holes. Each one has its own mass, which determines how hard it pulls things, and a directional arrow that tells you which way it pulls. They also have an energy value, which players can use to convert into power. I chose a square format so that they could be used as tiles on the board, and then digitally painted a celestial body for each of them. Up next are player cards, which I called ship components. Not sure it's really fitting anymore, but that's what I called them. They come in 4 flavors. Effectors, which did things like reduce mass or change the direction of gravity. Creators, which spawn additional celestial bodies onto the map. Propulsion systems, which give you extra movement options. And power systems, which grant you power that you can spend on more movement, or the other card types, provided you have enough. To match the sci-fi look, I decided to give these cards a hologram HUD sort of design. I'll admit I borrowed some elements from one of my other projects. Despite that, I highly recommend self-plagiarism. It may seem like cheating, but it's no different than downloading assets, and this way you can have a unique visual identity across all your games. And with that, this is Stellar Shift. At the start, players place their ships and a few celestial bodies on the map. After that is Player Phase, where players use ship components to move across the board and manipulate celestial bodies. And then comes the Shift Phase. During Shift Phase, each celestial body activates, one at a time from left to right, top to bottom, pulling ships based on its mass and direction. If you get pulled into a celestial body, you lose the game. After that comes the next phase, where each player will place a new celestial body somewhere on the board. The cycle then repeats until there's just one pilot left standing. Or flying, I guess. Overall, I think it turned out all right. The games are usually extremely quick, lasting 2 to 3 rounds, which is maybe a little bit too fast, but kind of a refreshing pace compared to my other games, which can last hours. And this game would also be best to be played with a chess clock or something like that to keep it from getting too tedious. If you enjoyed my part of this video, check out my YouTube channel, where I talk board games, card games, tabletop RPGs, and game design as a whole. I've been trying to think of a way to create a magic system for my game that lets players craft their own spells. And after years of searching, I finally found a solution from an unlikely place. Madlibs.
Like, wait, how are we on this video?
Right.
But the last one
Madlibs.
was really short, huh?
The book that you fill in random words to get silly sentences like, ouch, he said stupid.
Me eating a piece of dark chocolate. Yummy. That's my story. Trying to get this template on here. The general shape down. I have something in my head, but I don't know if I don't know. My idea is kind of haphazard here. mm. No. We definitely want like somewhat aerial view. Like we can kind of see the you know what, we're gonna cheat here. We're gonna draw a circle. If we can draw a circle. Whatever, good enough. And then then we're gonna cheat and do this. Question is, do we have it like bigger than well, didn't mean to save, but probably should. We'll call it an arena for now. And the goal here is just draw the basic shape, and then we'll figure out how that shape is filled and how it looks. Just a cake right now. Slice of cake. Making sure I didn't forget to unmute myself for a second. I was like, wait, did I? Did I forget? It's funny because the Colosseum, like, being broken, I feel like is more of like a iconic look than it being together. You know, like the fact that it looks like it has like, you know, this sort of shape is actually almost cooler than just the full circle building. You know? The Colosseum. I guess there would be a circle down here. So far, I don't like it. I know it's just a shape right now, but for some reason it doesn't feel right. I think it's because of the perspective. I'm just not liking it. I feel like it doesn't, it feels kind of like distant, you know? I feel like just the outside of the building kind of feels maybe a bit lame. And maybe be cooler to do something like, you know, like this, where it's like the inside of it from like a vantage point. I think we're gonna try that instead. We'll leave that in case we want to go back to it, but I'll almost copy the framing of this one for one. We're in the stands looking down, I think is kind of a cool perspective, right? Yeah, I like that a lot better. I can see it more clearly. See the vision. I guess we kind of want more, be a little bit larger looking. Yo, Tuna. What's up, dude? How's it hanging? It is hanging swell, I would say. Where's that saying even come from? How you doing, Tuna? What's up with you? We are, doesn't look like much, but we are drawing a like gladiator arena card for the God of War deck. The concept is it kind of lets you take two heroes and take their power and put it on a third hero, which I think should work well with the deck, but you know, you never know. Donimus more or less came up with the idea, so we have to tweak it slightly, but you know, here we are. Being a sub is incredible. Yeah, right. The ad-free experience is quite nice. And all the emotes and all that. You know, I'll give it to Twitch. They know how to make a streaming platform. Obviously, it's like sad to not have all the cool gizmos and whatnot, but if you don't have them, but I think it really, it's a little pay to win, right? But if you have to have people make money, it's a good way to do it. You know, I mean, I finished school for today. Nice. How was it? How'd it go? Besides sleepy. Won't be as active because I'm not feeling well at all. Aw, dude, I'm sorry. Just tired or feeling sick? Getting seasonal depression? The first hour I felt very nauseous for some reason. Ah, dang. Well, tiredness can also do that if you're tired or you know. Just rest up for sure. Been taking my own suggestion for a been thinking about my own suggestion for a card. I've been thinking about a Homunculi. Ooh, okay. A lot. So I think that's what I'll suggest, but I can't think of a single possible effect for that. Interesting. My first thought is like kind of similar to this, right? Where it's like you sacrifice 2 cards for a single effect, right? Like, so you can, like, their combined power, right, is kind of interesting. The song is, yes, Exploring the Rune City. You got it. I was fine before that. Yeah, drink water and rest, you know. Biggest advice I can give for now. Or can you use both effects of the sacrifice card? Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, right? Like it gains, which could actually be really, really cool if you gain, like, you know, if certain effects could be really interesting if put on a singular card, right? It could also completely break the game, but you know, here we are. The ad-free part is always great, but I'm gonna miss the 5 consecutive Tom Holland ads. I don't remember if I read that out loud, but that's funny. Okay, I need to leave this reference because I'm gonna end up just copying it completely. Because the composition is really good. So we need to do our own thing. Twitch thinks I have a crush on him or something, you know? Sometimes you just gotta have a crush on Tom Holland. Yeah, if you copy the card's effects, would be kind of insane, but it would also be hard to balance for sure. Use the top effect of one and the bottom effect of another could be some interesting combos. I agree with that. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I think that's an awesome idea, actually. I don't know how broken it would be, but sometimes it's okay to have broken cards. Worst case, you could put some of that behind a unit effect, maybe, because the card would have its own ability or be able to have its own 2 effects. So one of the effects could be like the base effect could be like gain the base effect of the card that you play, and then the secondary effect could be like have the secondary effect if you have X number of units on it, you know? So it could be something like that. Then again, I don't know how broken it really would be, because it's one of those things where it's like you have to think about every single card that you make when it comes to that. My phone ringing. I'm laying in bed, you dad. No, it's the group chat. I am not going to answer it. I am streaming. I usually drink a lot of water, but today I drank about 1 liter at most. It's still a lot, right? Well, I don't know. No, I just didn't feel the need to drink water. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you're feeling nauseous. You also don't want to drink water, right? So maybe it's not the best solution, but might just have like a stomach bug, you know? Yeah, if it copied card effects, it'd be kind of insane, but would be hard to balance for sure. Use the top effect. I already read that, didn't I? I already read that. Missed my metro. No. Rot. No. I think we're gonna make these walls out of like bone spikes, because that's kind of the aesthetic we have here, right? I think we're gonna go for it. Maybe the homunculus could self-destruct after a certain number of turns, so it's a really powerful card, but really short-lived. Could be. Could also be a spell if that were the case, right? Like rather than doing it as a you know, it wouldn't necessarily need to be a hero in that case. But I feel like a drawing of a hero would be cooler. I don't know. I'd have to think about that. Yeah, there definitely could be things to balance it, right? If it's broken. I wouldn't be, honestly, I'm usually not too worried about, well, I don't know if that's true. Because I'm not too worried about putting like broken cards in the game, but to an extent I am. I'm usually more like I think the more the thing I would be more concerned about isn't so much the balance, but more the confusion aspect of it, you know? Beats, what do you think about theme parks? I saw that you were talking about them in the Discord. I mean, I think they're cool. I haven't really, I'm trying to think, I don't know, I haven't gone to them like super often, really, you know, like I've been to a few in my life. I think they're fun. I have no qualms with theme parks. Yeah, no, I think they're cool. I don't know. That's basically my whole entire statement on it. They're kind of cool. People brought it up at Discord at some point. Personally, I don't really like them. Severe motion sickness, so that's that. Yeah, that's not gonna help. Like, why? Yeah, if you don't like motion sickness, then why bother? To be fair, like, I think there are things in theme parks usually that aren't. I should be doing this on a separate layer. No, whatever, it doesn't matter. Too late. Too late now. You know what? No, I'm gonna do it on a separate layer. We don't need this. We want this to be like this. Yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff in some theme parks that are like less, you know, crazy motion sort of thing, right? Like you don't have to go on roller coasters on a theme park or at a theme park, but yeah, I mean that is kind of like the appeal to them, right? But you can also go on like, you know, more lazier rides. Although even like I guess there's some of like the cool ones that aren't like super intense that still probably would give you motion sickness, like some of the, you know, like experience ones like the 3D sort of stuff. But I could see those being giving motion sickness as well, so I only went to one theme park ever, I think. Yeah, I feel like there's more to them than just roller coasters. So you might have fun if you went again, but but it definitely is like one of the main draws, so I can understand not liking that much if you're motion sick. We need like stands, but I'm trying to think of how this would work. I guess it's like kind of like sort of a temporary structure that's been made more permanent is probably the kind of look we're going for here. You know, another thought for the homunculi would be you could have two heroes that, like, you play the homunculi, it disables two heroes. The homunculi gets the effect of both, but if one of the heroes dies, then the homunculi loses those, like, that power. Like some sort of like combined, like it disables two heroes, and then if one dies, it loses that effect. That could be interesting too. Went to Gardaland, I don't even know what that is, last year, which was basically an Italian Disneyland. Okay. There we go, that's what it is. And all the rides were manageable for me, but then I went on a ride called the Blue Tornado and had the fear of God put in me. There you go. In Copenhagen, when I visited Denmark a while ago, like 7 years ago, holy beep. Life goes by fast. It sure does. Could do like little watchtower type structures around the outside. I was kind of thinking that. Do we go with like the whole like bone aesthetic, like how we have these? Maybe like a close up on these kind of things. I think that could be kind of cool. Maybe we go with that. Vertebrae. I feel like one thing we should do is potentially make a creature that these giant things come from, like these bones come from. I think that could be kind of cool. I don't know exactly what that would be, but it could. Well, I guess, do turtles have vertebrae? Vertebrae. Turtles have spines. It is part of their shell, basically. So, oh, not real. Well, kinda. I was gonna say, could just be the giant turtle, but not really. God, turtles are weird. Anyway, maybe you lose a certain number of units too when the linked unit dies. Yeah, potentially. Is what you're drawing. We're doing a Coliseum sort of thing, like a gladiator pit. Could be from the Hydra looking thing. Yeah, I suppose it could be from like old god creatures, right? But these things should have been set up before. Can you not? What are you doing to my carpet? I got back and turtles are weird. Anyway, they are. Their bones are weird. Turtles got weird bones. I like Coliseum. Yeah. I mean, it's going to end up kind of more like a little bit rudimentary, I think, because of just how the barbarians sort of are. But, you know, they're kind of more nomadic, I would say. Girl, I've asked you 300 times. All right, hold on. Hold. Hey, you. No, don't you run away from me. Get over here. Get over here. Cat time. I don't know what y'all are saying, but hopefully you're having a good time. Luna needs some attention here. Ugh. She's demanding attention. You hear her purr. Mwah. Yeah. Hi, fluffy one. Mwah. Okay. There you go. I have cat fur all over my gloves. It's kind of disgusting. And all over my face. All right, give me a second. Go back to here. You have weird bones. You have weird bones, Fig. That's even your real name. Funny, because I know Fig's real name. None of you ever will. Sorry, I just abandoned stream there for a minute. Let me catch up. Sorry about that. That's cool. Like the Coliseum. I have weird bones. Yes. The homunculi design, I was thinking it could look like Spartacus from. Hold on. Ah. I have not seen any of the Fate series, but I could see something like that. Have more inhuman shapes and features. Yeah, that could be cool. I'll have to play around with it. We'll see what we come up with. This reminds me of the Coliseum of Fools and Hollow Knight. The Coliseum was set up as a giant, up inside a giant worm skeleton that was built around it. That's actually a good reference. Let's take a look at it. Oh yeah, I think I've seen this. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's kind of the idea, right? Very similar. Homunculi could be undead animation type thing from a necromancer deck. That could be cool. Could go into like the God of Destruction deck. The entrance was the mouth of the cranium. Interesting. I'm trying to look at it. Only seems like there's like the screenshots of it are just of the Coliseum, not like the entrance. Oh, maybe it's here. Yeah, that's cool. What a queen Luna is. So true. Such a queen. Yeah, something like that. This is more like, I think, less of like a giant dead creature and more of like comprised of multiple dead larger creatures, but at least that's how we built the other stuff. So I think it's probably going to be that, but you know, like dead sandworm kind of deal for sure. Gotta remember that this is still a sketch. Well, well, well. If it isn't Toot. What do we have here? We're working on a gladiator arena. Doesn't really look like it yet, but like honestly, I wonder if I should just on. Those bones. Yeah, it's gonna kind of this sort of vibe. This is their God, I have so much cat hair. I tried to like clean it off with a lint roller, but man, it only did so much. Yeah, so it's gonna kind of have this vibe, except be more like a gladiator arena sort of style thing. Toot. Big. Hello, hi, Toot. Hey, Grot. I read all your messages, even if they are to each other. You can't stop me, even if you stop me. In the words of Lil Wayne. I think that was him. I don't remember. I've got this kind of this is very rough shapes just getting in there. Maybe these should be like a bigger sort of thing, right? Like a bigger tower kind of deal, where it's like the people are up here. Maybe we got like lines holding it up. And then more spikes. More spikies. And then this maybe should be like more spike related. Rather than bricks. I imagine they would have some brick buildings. And maybe this could be brick. I don't know. Trying to decide. I'm also literally in the elevator. Be better than figuratively being in the elevator, you know? As they say. Also, gonna be home soon. Let's switch to Twitch. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, dude. We will see you soon then. Like a bone. Oh wait. I'm looking at like seeing if trying to look up like some fantasy bone buildings. They're all like dead dragons. Anxiously awaiting you to switch to Twitch Crot. Hold on, I gotta have the kitty first thing. Very true. One must do that in order to maintain balance and order. It's like kind of like almost like a, not really a cage, but almost kind of looks like a cage. I don't know. We're drawing things here on the old Beats Creations channel. Beats, any dexterous help. Okay. What you need? What you got? What you need? You know, I think this will be like sandstone. I think this is gonna be like, this is clearly in some sort of like city, right? Like it's a big structure. This wouldn't just be like assembled haphazardly, completely. I think they use what they, you know, they can as far as like the lore of barbarians, because they don't really have, like, you don't have trees, right? So in a desert, so you kind of have to make do with what you get, and other creatures is a good source of building material, and so they use a lot of bone, especially with giant, you know, creatures. Bone and sandstone, I would say. This actually probably could be a spike though. Yeah, I feel like it would help if I knew what the creatures they were killing were to like make these places, but I'm not entirely certain. What would you guys expect? What kind of creature? Fantasy creatures, of course, are okay. Some sort of giant being, though. We want to use icons to lower the text size. For example, instead of writing one word, I want to have it take up an icon, or one icon. Yeah. I don't know how to make it this way, because if I want it in the layout, it's going to have to stay in one place. Well, so if you want it in like the body of the text, right? Like how I have it in armies, right? Like this. Yeah. Once you confirm. Yeah, okay. I do it in an overly convoluted way because I don't know if they had the correct way of doing it when I originally started, or alternatively, I just didn't know how to do it. I don't really know. I didn't know the program well enough. I don't know which one it was. One of the two. Either they didn't have it or I just wasn't smart enough to figure it out. I don't really need to show this to you, honestly, but I have like a array of commands that make it work that way. The better way, probably, I haven't actually used it because mine is all weird, but if you go up to the top here, there's like a little bracket sign. It's kind of hidden by my display, but a little bracket sign that says variables. You click on that, it's gonna pull up this menu. You can add different variables in here, and you can type in like a thing, and then it will replace it with the other thing, right? So you can do, I would say, try to make it like a symbol. Like I think a lot of people do like what $, hero, and then you put the variable, paste the variable, which will be the image, and that will put it into the text. So that's literally as simple as that. But yeah, much easier. Bones can be from giants, extinct creatures, like how they found whale bones in the Sahara. That would be kind of cool. I also think it'd be cool though if it was like creatures that they fought, you know? It could be some sort of fantasy creature too that doesn't really exist, right? Like a, you know, like I said, like a sandworm, or like that kind of idea too. But yeah, giant extinct water creatures would be cool too. When it was previously a whatever, an ocean. It would be like, part of me was tempted just to make this a hand. You know, like a giant hand. Giant being like the creature, not like the size. But I don't know. Feels a little cliche at this point. Do always like that idea though. I guess this maybe should just be more open in the front. And have. Honestly, Vengeance with a Smile, indeed. I think, right? I mean, you know it at this point. I'm bad at honestly remembering the names super well. Why am I hungry already? Beats. It is I. Beats is beats. The Beatinator. It's funny to say the Beatinator because Nate is also a name I sometimes go by. I think out of all the names I have, Nate is not one that I typically like. Natal, I like, because Toot will call me Natal B, right? Beat the Beatinator. There you go. But I like that. I like that. But I don't like, just plain old Nate feels just too plain to me. You know what I mean? No, this looks weird, but what? Reached 140 followers. What in the huh? Hello friend, I love your streams. It's so much amazing. I would love to join and give you you're not real. Womp womp. Womp womp. But we'll take it. We'll take the 140 followers. You know, honestly, Sandworm probably makes the most sense though, looking at like the structure, right? Because it's mostly vertebrae. Well, I guess worms technically don't have, like a sand snake, right? Like a giant snake. Worms don't really have vertebrae, but do they? They don't have bones, right? They're all just little wiggly muscle guy. But yeah, some sort of like giant like sand snake kind of deal, or like a serpent. I guess what you were saying, like the Hydra. Problem is Hydra is technically made out of crystal. The weird crystal creature. The biggest problem with Hydra. Also, again, it's this would have been in existence before the barbarians did this, right? The barbarians would be set up before then. The entropy war kind of happened after the fact. Three minutes till an ad. Hey, exposition dump. Yeah, I mean, well, so like there's not a whole heck of a lot of lore, but like one of the main things is like all these places existed before, you know, the old gods showed up, right? So like the idea is like a lot of these nations were, you know, had their own conflicts between each other and whatnot, and then like everyone kind of has to work together in order to defeat the old gods, whether you're, you know, whatever nation you're part of, kind of unifying enemy. It's like either you work together or you all die. You know, it's kind of one of those deals. That's like the lore, you know. So like all this stuff would have existed beforehand, and this is part of like each individual culture. The lore isn't that like, you know, that rich though. Most of it has come through just like each of the cards and like the, you know, the look of them. It's kind of like tacked on at the end, you know. What the hell did I miss? What do you mean? This is Swallowed by the Sunset, not Train Robbery. Unless I took like a minute and a half to answer you. I don't remember. Maybe about. I don't know. Boom, 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 boom. Maybe I want like banners. We probably have them waving in the wind a little bit better, but something like that. He's going bum 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 bum. It's funny for some reason. Good. I'm glad I can entertain. Are you not entertained? It's a funny reference because it's a Gladiator reference. Wait, no, wait, is it? Yeah, it is. Right? I'm not crazy. All right, we're hitting an ad. I'll be taking a 3-minute break, and then you will have a full heckin' hour of ad-free Timeroonie. So I will see you in 3 minutes.
Hey, I'm Beats. Physics is a tricky theme to adapt to a board game. I've been trying to think of a way to create a magic system for my game that lets players craft their own spells. And after years of searching, I finally found a solution from an unlikely place. Mad Libs. Yeah, that's right, Mad Libs. The book that you fill in random words to get silly sentences like,
Ouch, he said stupidly as he jumped into his convertible cat and drove off with his brave wife.
or at least that's what the book has as like a prompt. Anyway, but before I get to explain how I use this in my game, let's talk about magic and games in general. Because even though I've been trying to find a solution to making spells in games, it's not like it hasn't been done before. I'm making a tabletop role-playing game, so let's look at the king of TTRPGs, Dungeons & Dragons. Yeah, I look at this game a lot. Get over it. But yeah, while I say digging into it, there's really not that much digging to be done. There's about a total of 4 paragraphs in the Dungeon Master Guide, 3 paragraphs of which say, look at this chart, you dumb, stupid idiot. And the others say, if you create 2 powerful spells or dumb ones, then you'll break the game. Of course, this is paraphrasing a bit, but, you know, it's hardly a structured system for spells. Which basically means the best way to make a spell in D&D is make up whatever you want the spell to do, and then find an existing one to keep it balanced. Which allows you to figure out what sort of stats, along with spell slots or spell components, if you use those. Okay, so this really isn't going to work for us, so let's take a look at video games. One that always comes to mind for me is Oblivion. The concept for this was pretty simple. There was a list of magical effects the player acquired based on their mastery of each spell. Then there was a category for the way the player would cast a spell, whether it's self, touch, or target. Target meaning spell like pew pew. Furthermore, longer durations or more powerful effects would have a higher gold cost, along with a higher mana cost when you actually, use the spell. So this is a pretty cool idea. However, in classic Bethesda style, it could be completely abused and made the game incredibly broken. For instance, I remember one time making a character with 100% chameleon, which basically made you invisible all the time, and other characters couldn't even see you, even when you were attacking them. Or this one I found where someone used a drain effect to somehow become invisible riding a horse, seeing your own lifeless body. I don't know. Now, that isn't to say that in a tabletop RPG, a game master couldn't help balance this sort of system and make it fair, but that just kind of puts us back in the same problem of D&D's spell creation. Now, I know there's probably newer games that have better spell systems that exist. Like, I think Wizard of Legends is supposed to have some cool stuff, but I don't have time to play other people's games. Come on, what are you talking? I'm making my own game. Yeah, get out of here. Okay, but seriously, let's get to the point. I was pondering all of this over one day, and then it came to me. Mad Libs. A sentence with a bunch of blanks that you could fill with nouns, verbs, and adjectives to make a complete sentence. Or in my case, a spell with a bunch of blanks that could be filled with different elements, casting sizes, shapes, and durations. So rather than our other 2 examples, where you would either have someone creating something completely from scratch, or the other being just stacking spells on top of each other to make a new one, this gives you a base spell to fill with blanks, and then you can customize it how you like. For instance, let's say you had something like cast blank element, blank number of feet, and that affects a blank sized blank shape. I can fill that and say cast a fireball 30 feet that affects a 15-foot sized sphere. Or maybe something like cast water 10 feet away that affects a 100-foot cube. Now, one thing I'd neglected to mention is my game is card-based, so the spell base and components would end up being made out of cards rather than, writing it on a notepad, which I suppose makes it a lot more like another game. That's right. Apples to apples, which really just goes to show that everyone's stealing ideas from each other.
I was gonna say we're coming up on one of Toots' favorite jokes, but I don't think we're
Mad Libs
actually
in card form, which leads me to my next point. At first, I was thinking I was super original with it.
Yeah. We're drawing. I think it's turning out kind of cool already. I think we do probably want like buildings in the distance, but I almost don't know if I want to draw line art for them or not. It might just be like little apes. It's like up sandstone houses. desert. There we go. Yeah, I mean, primarily squarish, with maybe some thatched roofs. There'd be like a path. Perspective doesn't really work there. I wouldn't even really see it. Maybe we have like tents outside. Not like how we have the the Oasis one, or the Waste Haven tent. There's like vendors or something outside trying to sell you stuff before you go to the match. Well, maybe over here we have some buildings. We had a happy little tree. Mostly over here, there's probably more of a secondary spike wall. A little bit weird with the border of the card, though. How many people we got here? Oh god, I just closed Twitch. Hold on, don't mind me. Because I have questions I want to ask people. Not too many. It gives me the option to gift subs. I guess that's a thing, right? I guess people give subs to their own community, which makes sense. Which is kind of funny. That's just like, hey, you want Duolingo? This is like one of their bigger cities, probably. Yeah, because I'm trying to I really want to do more events and more collaborations and stuff. So one of the things I'm thinking of is how I could introduce rewards for that kind of stuff. I'm thinking mostly like just having rewards being something like the stuff I have on stream. Like, again, I said this at the beginning of the stream, but who knows who was there at this point. But we had talked about doing like a card building competition kind of thing. And I think it would be cool to do that, like, sorry, a deck building competition sort of thing, with the new cards. But I feel like it'd be cool to have an incentive to do it. You know? I think that incentive would be you know, something like I will design a AE card for you if you do it. I think that could be kind of cool. So like just basically the redeem, but you do it, you get it for free, right? The Grotman Empire has arrived to conquer you all. Oh no, not the Grotman Empire. Please save us. This is where I decide if I'm trying to decide if I'm being lazy or not. The answer is probably yes. Like, do I need to draw this stuff behind here? Probably. Trying to figure out what's going to be in the foreground here. I mean, maybe just like a carpet. This is like the I don't know if this is from one of the towers or if this is from like a more royal seating area. I guess it probably is because it's like, you know, more sandstone kind of look. We'll say I may just try and decide if I want to frame have both the spikes on either side. Probably. May as well. Let's hide this. There we go. Knowing you know the song before it comes on. Is how to put the image in the variable. You should just be able, if you go to in here, you go to you'll have to go to your images, right? So go to the images at the top. You'll go to your icons, so you'll find your icon here, you'll click on it, and then there's the copy image name to clipboard. Copy that, so like open it in a separate tab or whatever, then copy image name to clipboard, and then you can just paste that into the variable. In theory, that should be how it works. I haven't done it because mine is overly convoluted and all that, but you know. Maybe we also have like banners hanging from these as well. Now it puts the image name instead of the image. Did you copy the image path to clipboard, or do you copy the image name? Because you want to copy the image path, I believe. It's the second button, the one that looks like a folder. Yeah, I'm copying the path and it doesn't work. Oh, when did I change this? A little annoying because now I don't know where everything is, but in-text icons. You can use any icon format, folder path / tree. PNG. Okay, that's just, yeah, that's the file path. You can add stuff. Remove this. Yeah. There should be a way to figure out the substitutions, though. I think variables. Here we go. In theory, the tutorials are pretty good if you want to check them out. I mean, it should just be as simple as copying the thing and putting it in there. Yeah, I mean, it seems like that's what it is. I don't know. Not sure why it's not working for you. I would recommend checking out this tutorial, though. I'll paste it in the Discord server on the stream chat. Because in theory, what I'm saying should work, but otherwise I would dive into it a little more for you, but there we go. Gotta have the little guys killing each other. I messed up. I don't know. He's doing the, are you not entertained? Whatever. Okay, we'll draw it better afterward. I guess maybe we have like a bajillion people in the little crowd. People up here. I don't know if the scale is right for these little guys, but we'll see. We'll get to actually drawing. Put all these in a sketch folder. Meow meow meow. Too many tabs open. Okay, and now we draw. Sometimes I wonder why I start with certain spots first. I just randomly picked one of these spikes to start drawing. It's like, why? Why did you pick that? Why is that what you chose? I wonder if probably should turn this on. Hopefully it works. Yeah, there we go. Now you can see the full thing. Getting hungry again though. I feel like if I stop streaming early, it's because I'm hungry more than anything. Not early, but you know, I don't go longer than normal. Actually, there's one thing I wanted to do that I just remembered. I'm curious how quick it is. We should do this as an experiment. I'm going on to an incognito window. And I'm pulling up Twitch. I don't hear random people. We're going on to Twitch. And what we're going to do is we're going to go into the art section. We're going to browse. We're gonna go to isn't it under IRL? Creative, sorry. Creative. We're gonna go into art. And our goal here is to see how quickly we can scroll through and find myself. This is a quick experiment. We've got 6 people on, in theory. How quickly can we find me? How far down am I? Probably pretty far down. Wait, it's not sorted by order. Recommended for you. We'll do highest to low. We'll assume that some people are searching high to low. Yeah, I'm pretty Can we actually just find me like in, see, it goes from, it's kind of interesting because it almost feels exponential. Although how does this person have 5 and they're in with a bunch of people who have 19? I don't know. Who's to say? Yeah, I guess I'm pretty far down, huh? It's pretty hard to find me. Some of this stuff is weird. Not weird, but not something you'd expect to see on Twitch. Anyway, I should be in this range, but I'm not. It's probably everyone's leaving because I'm just looking for myself on stuff is probably also fluctuating, but you would expect to find me around here unless I missed myself already. This is a social experiment. By social experiment, I mean just an experiment. Because we don't, like, the biggest thing that's interesting to me is we don't really get much Twitch discoverability, right? And that's kind of like a known variable, I guess, right? Like, it's not something that people usually don't find Twitch streamers through Twitch. But I also want to know, because apparently like the tags you use and stuff like that can also put you into like maybe I'm getting shadow banned, you know? And technically maybe I don't have 6 people watching, so that could be the other thing. But now we're at like 0, right? We're getting pretty low. And I haven't seen me yet. So that's slightly discouraging, right? There's a bunch of, oh God, I can't literally, okay. Lagging. Like I should be around here. Hopefully you guys are not bored by this, but I think it's interesting. I should be around here, right? We have 6 viewers. I don't know if that's what it says on y'all's thing. Yeah, it says I have 6. And in theory, if we go highest to lowest, I should be here. This is 5 for me. Okay, either way, right? Like I should be here. But I am not. And I was kind of worried about that. But then it also begs the question, how are like bots finding me? Like I'm literally not on here though. On beats. Oh wait, I'm searching the wrong thing. I'm on the wrong thing. Control F, beats. Literally not even on here. So that's concerning. Because I'm kind of been like, you know, a lot of like the other art people I see getting like a lot of views and stuff, like a lot of random like people coming in. But we're at like a decent number of people, but I'm getting kind of like I don't ever get random people jumping in. And part of me wonders if that's like a bug or a feature. Do I have like something turned off that I should have turned on? You know? But I should be in the art category, right? Like I'm in the art category. But am I getting like shadow banned for some reason? That's concerning. You know? Let's see, does this actually work? Is maybe just literally not here. Well, that confirms my fears. I'm glad I checked it. We're gonna have to figure that out though. That's concerning. I wonder why that is. Is it because like it's some reason putting me in the game development thing because I have it as a tag? Sorry, we're taking a quick intermission while we have some people here. Hopefully you guys aren't bored. Highs to low. A lot less people. I probably should be in the game development category more often because there are less people in here. All right, y'all, we're doing another quick experiment. We're gonna put me in the game dev category and see if I show up. Yeah, I wonder if I'm like weirdly shadow banned. And I've been just like this for months. Because like, when was the last time we had like someone from Twitch that was a real person? Hey, someone's making a card game. A card game? It's a Unity game, but interesting. I'll check that out later, maybe. I'm curious if I show up now. There I am. Weird. It's weird I wasn't in art. Okay, one last try. I want to do one more thing. I want to go back to art for half a second. Because I switched to the art category more recently. Okay, we are now in the art category again, right? Yes. I think it probably makes more sense to be in the game dev category anyway, just because there's way less people, which means you have more likelihood of running into people. Lots of, you know, PG, not 13, but more than PG-13 characters that we're seeing here. We're just gonna scroll all the way to the bottom and then just search for beats. I get that there's a lot of artists, but it is weird. We're at the bottom. Beats. Yeah, it's literally just not showing me up in the art category. Interesting. Interesting. All right, well, we're gonna go permanently into the game dev category. I wonder why it's doing that. All right, well, thank you for indulging me there. Sorry we lost half of you while we were looking. It says we did, but we also says, I don't know. I don't understand Twitch viewership anymore. Anyway, we're gonna draw more. I'm thinking also of like maybe switching up how we do, like, we don't really have like goals, right? We don't have like follower goals necessarily, but or like subscription goals, but I am tempted to change it to a subscription goal based thing, or maybe just having both. Because one of the things is like we reached over 20 subscribers, which is one, a huge milestone, right? As far as that goes. And two, like I feel like there, not only is it a big milestone, but I think there should also be some sort of reward for hitting that. So I was thinking about maybe doing one of the I draw whatever the heck you guys want streams, because one, that went over really well, and two, I don't know, I think that'd be cool. But that also is like, the question is that something you guys want? I know it seemed like it went well last time, but do you want more of that, or do you want something different? Yeah, I don't know. Been thinking about a lot of that kind of stuff lately. I don't know. I feel like this needs to be like some sort of, what kind of cylindrical thing do we have that could be like a bone shape? This is train robbery, I'm pretty sure, yeah. No, this is Neon Desert Raceway. In my head, they kind of all blend together. Bones. I guess maybe this isn't made out of bone, but I just don't know what it could be made out of. I guess they would have some wood, probably. I guess it can be built more like out of cylindrical pieces, like long strands. A raft. Bean. Beats, what cylindrical shape bone thing do we need? Out of context sounds kind of crazy. That's true. You're not wrong. It does sound weird. Bean, how the heck you doing? I miss Bean. We just found out that the art category was shadow banning me, so that's cool. Trice Bean. Bien? I don't know. How are you? Bien? I don't even know what you're saying, Bean. I don't know words. Yeah, I'm doing good. Also, it's just me, or am I the only one that's been chatting in the last like half an hour? Except Bean just now. It's French for good, thanks. Okay, gotcha. Or very good, rather. Nice. There you go. I was gonna say kind of the, I don't know. All languages are the same, you know? I'm just kidding. The how similar, like bien, like Spanish, right? Similar vibe. Anyway, yeah, it's been kind of quiet today. I feel like every time I have like a big stream, like last stream on Friday was pretty huge because we had a raid from Chirpy. I always feel like the day after is just quiet. Not day after, but you know, the stream after. I don't know how I feel about this. But Yeah, but that's why I was like kind of also checking Twitch, because for context, Bean, I just went through I looked at my I tried to look for my stream on an incognito tab, and when I was in the art category, I literally couldn't find myself, so I switched to game dev again, and I could. So that's kind of interesting. Not sure how to feel about that one. I don't know if it's like my tags or if there's just too many artists on or what, but yeah, we're just drawing a Colosseum for the Barbarians, aka also known as the God of War deck. We're kind of working on that. What have you been up to, Bean? Been a while. I'm drawing a new UI for the billionth time, because I'm somehow never happy with how the cards look. Yeah, there you go. I feel that. I mean, are you still thinking of making the game like an airship kind of thing, or are you just gonna go with you sticking with the train? Probably the train. There you go. Yeah, I mean, I think that's good. The train's cool. The aesthetic is cool. The like snow train kind of deal. Weird, the shadow band thing. Yeah, right? Thank you. I am drawing on the correct layer. We have saved. Thank you. Yeah, I don't understand. Maybe, I don't know. I think it might just because there's so many more people in the art category, but I feel like more people are going to be more willing to look at my I feel like I would do better off in the art category as far as like what I'm doing, but just because I think people would probably be more likely to sorry, I'm looking up reference here. I think I do a lot more art than anything else, right? So I feel like there is the potential for more viewership for art, but and like the game dev people, a lot of those guys are looking for more you know, more coding kind of stuff. I don't know. I feel like I'm getting a little screwed over, but yeah, here we are. I kind of had a suspicion of that, though, because I feel like I like never get people who are actually Bean. If you haven't left already, I'm curious, because you are a streamer. What how often do you get people, or did you get people when you were streaming? Like just natively, like just like kind of finding you on Twitch. Like how many people per stream would you find, like, would you get like just some rando who just randomly discover you? Because I feel like that happens to me just about never. I know it's not. Wow, my voice cracked. Truthfully, I didn't really care how folks discover me, so I'm not really sure. Sorry. No, I mean, yeah, I guess that's fair. But I mean, you also, like, most of your growth in theory was like organic from Twitch, right? So I guess some of it would be like raids and stuff, right? Raids and like, because the growth on Twitch is either raids or how do we feel about a jaw? That's kind of what I was drawing there, but I don't know if how I feel about it. I mean, if you get people on your YouTube, they'll get people on Twitch as well, for sure. It's mostly organic. But I've gotten like raids, I guess, have gotten me people. And then honestly, the two things that have gotten me the most people is one are raids and two are me going into other people's chats and just like talking to them, you know, like just making friends basically, right? In the Twitch community. Which is perfectly fine. That's not like a slight on, you know, like whatever. But I feel like I just want to be doing the right things. And if for some reason I'm just not getting viewership, that's kind of annoying. You know, I don't know. I don't know how else to put it. You from Blackthorn Prod. Yeah, I was gonna say, my YouTube is like, to be fair, a lot of people who are saying if you're trying to grow on Twitch, you should be posting YouTube videos. So that's probably. I should just be doing more YouTube videos, basically. But I don't know. Yeah, thank you for letting me know, Bean. I was just trying to figure that out. A little discouraging seeing that. I mean, maybe I wasn't looking hard enough. I don't know. But I looked through the whole thing, didn't see myself. So it's a little annoying. Maybe I'm just, I don't know. Oh, we need to go back into the art display. There we go. Also, I feel like we need to move Luna over here. Feeling pretty good right now because I just fixed my pants. Oh, it's Tebow. Sorry, for some reason I don't know how I didn't realize that was Tebow. I was not reading. I was thought that was Grot talking more. Hey, look at that. There you go. Heck yeah, proud of you, dude. Stitching. What happened? Oh, I went through I was going through Twitch. I went into an incognito tab to see if I could find myself in the art category. And I couldn't because I was in the art category. And then I was like, okay, let me switch to the game dev category. And then I suddenly found myself. So I am being shadow banned or something. I think maybe it's because one of my tags is game development. So maybe it's like thinking I'm mistagging myself, maybe. And so it just doesn't put me in any category. But like, I notice a lot of people seem to have more organic growth. You know? Not that I'm like expecting to have a ton. Like it's not a platform where you really have a ton of organic growth. But the fact that like I don't get any feels weird. Short of like, you know, raids, right? Because like I got a raid the other day from Chirpy, and that was cool. And that's technically organic growth. It's just a little bit different, you know. It's not like somebody is like, oh, I'm looking for a small streamer. Oh, I found one. This is cool, you know. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if I should even like talk about this kind of stuff on stream, because it's like, I don't know. I don't know if it's interesting or if it's like feels like sometimes in a way it sounds like I'm just complaining about not getting views. But when really I should be probably doing more like events and collaborations and that kind of stuff, which I'm working on, but it is interesting. Yeah, how you doing, Tebow? We're working on this card here. Is a gladiator arena for the God of War deck. Yeah, work in progress. Yeah, that's what we're doing. How was class? Seems cool. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Struggling to open Figma at the moment. There you go. I don't know much about Figma. I know it, you know, I know it exists. I know what it's for, but I don't really know anything. Like I've never actually I don't think I've actually ever seen the program open. New UI art, it's kind of finished. I'm gonna show you in a bit. Cool, do it. For some reason, it's being weird about WebGL. There you go. Honestly, when I first heard of Figma, I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a Ligma joke, you know? No, yeah. That was my first impression. I'm like, oh, is that like Ligma? Someone just trying to change it up by one letter? I don't know. Do you use Figma? Oh no, what's that? Figma. Figma these nuts, you know. Anyway. You can't tell me it doesn't sound. Beats train robbery. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, now you got it. I guess you can kind of tell because it's like the sorry, I did that horribly. but it's kind of the like train sound a little bit, like the pattern of what like train engine would sound like. Trains going over tracks, sounds, words. I mean, obviously it's just instruments, but it kind of does have that chugga 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 sound, you know? Yeah. Here we are. You know what song we should be playing? Wait, where is it? Oh god. Nope. I'm playing this one. Ebo, can I play your song? Sure, well, okay. After this song, we'll play it. Hey, if anyone doesn't know, Ebo makes cool songs. Absolute banger, that one, indeed. Tio's got a bunch of music that he makes on the Discord server. But for now, we're going to play it. How do I do this? I guess I do this. And then we go like this. And then we turn this way down. And then we hit play. It's still way loud. I'm so sorry. He's got the cool animation. Do you actually make it loop perfectly? Me when people being nice. It looks good. Yeah, that's hard. I definitely could see this like actually having lyrics, like a what's it called? I don't know, for some reason it gives me the vibe of like a song that would have like, I don't know, like one of those like girl female singers who does like whisper, not whisper singing. I don't like Billie Eilish kind of singing, you know what I mean? I could see that. No, it's a good song though. It's dope. You've done diddly outdid yourself. I drew the effects on, by the way. On Adam, I used drop shadow and slowed the camera shake. I want to start making more visualizers and upload more music. Yeah. What program did you use? Out of curiosity. Anyway, that's Tebow's song. Y'all should go watch his stuff or go on YouTube and check it out. DaVinci Resolve because it's free. Oh God. Wait, what? Oh no, we're good. It's just because the song is over. I thought my audio mic audio was the music for a second. I'm like, oh, I just killed you. I just killed you all. Yeah, honestly, if I didn't already use Adobe all the time, I definitely would have done. I would do DaVinci Resolve. Honestly, the truth is, if it weren't for After Effects, I probably would do it. It's literally just After Effects that's keeping me from doing DaVinci Resolve. And I know there is the you know, I know DaVinci has its own version of After Effects, but I have too much I have too many cool plugins and stuff, and it's just not worth it for me. I already spent too much money on it. All right, let's see. Let's take a look. Stream chat. Ooh, okay. Okay. That's cool. I don't know. I think you can kind of see how Don't Starve art style infiltrated my art style. It definitely has. I think this looks, I really like that too. That's really cool. I definitely, yeah, that's really cool. I like it. It feels more of like a card game. I would say the other ones were cool, but it didn't feel as card-like, I guess, right? These feel more like they're meant to be a card game. I don't know. Well, I guess it kind of fits the steampunk aesthetic, right? I was gonna say, I don't know if it's as steampunk feeling, but I like it. It looks cool. Yeah, I really love the sketchy style. It's really cool. Like just using hashing as a thing. I should try that. Kind of looks more like tarot vibes. Yeah. Yeah, that's really cool, dude. Nice work. Yeah, I really like this design. It's cool. Nice work. Heck yeah. Glorious. Okay. Symmetry tool exists. It does. Sure does. Please give me vengeance with a smile. Is that? No, this is score to settle. Which one is vengeance? Oh, there it is. Forgot what album it was off of. Are we in an ad? We completely skipped an ad. Add to queue. All right, we'll play next. I'm trying to decide what to do. The stream was, man, like I don't know. I get in my head too much. I definitely get in my head too much. And I don't know if it's like it's like one of those things, like I feel like I shouldn't talk about it on stream because like I feel like stream is like kind of a place to not worry about things, you know? It's kind of just a chill, hang out, whatever. But when you have like a really good stream, like we had, you know, a lot of people interacting, we had a raid, people were throwing money at me, you know, it's exciting. And then when you have a stream that's kind of like back to normal, kind of chill, totally good. Not a problem with it. But it's definitely feels different, you know? But then it feels kind of like complaining, you know? This is kind of interesting. But like, I don't know. Just very interesting. To figure out the whole thing. I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. Y'all, tell me something interesting. What's going on? Tell me something cool. I've got nothing more to talk about. Probably won't go for much longer, honestly. Because I don't know, I'm hungry. That's mostly why. I'm hungry, and we've kind of I don't know. New project for school is a game, so that's cool. Okay, tell me more. I talk about it more, but I don't really feel like typing a lot. That's fair. I totally understand that feeling. It's like I'd have to write you a book, so I don't really feel like it. Your magic system thing is cool. That was a cool concept. I really do want to do I want to do a magic system thing too. Yeah, I like the feeling of pressing buttons on a controller, and I like the real Destiny thing so I thought let's figure out something out. Yeah, I really want to do, we've talked about this multiple times again, but I really want to do a I have a few ideas for magic system stuff. This doesn't look the same. I want to do a D&D sort of supplemental magic system that you can use in like whatever role-playing game you want. We'll see. Control V. Control T. Flip. Flip it and reverse it. Just copying it. I have like a supplemental system I've like started with my own D&D campaign that I kind of want to just implement into a game, like its own thing. But it's mostly like how to craft items and like how that can be fun in like a role-playing setting. And then also I want to do just a stream-based TTRPG because I think that would be cool. Yeah, I might honestly call it soon. I can get more editing done if I do, and then I can also I don't know. Pizza will go now. Bye. There's more reason to leave. Rot's leaving me. Yeah, I don't know. I just think it might just be a normal stream today. We're already a little over. We could finish this whole card art, but you know, feels low energy today. Monday, you know. Yeah, I always thought like spell combining systems would be cool. And I think the system like that it would make would be like not necessarily like a fully fleshed out system, just kind of like a way to make it easier for DMs to help like players create spells. Would be the idea, I think. All right. Yeah, I think I think it might be time to be done. We've been going for 3 hours, 20 minutes. Been a normal length stream. So I think it is time to skedaddle. We'll find someone to raid. I wonder if that guy is still alive. He was doing card game. Card game. Oh, it's channels. It was under game development. Let's just go in there. It was, I think, an Unreal game, but that is totally fine. Yeah. It was cool, y'all. I think it was a fun stream. We mostly just did a little bit of drawing, but I always appreciate you guys being here. Sorry if I was kind of a little low energy. I feel like I'm a smidge. I don't know. Smidge just meh, you know? Don't know how else to put it. Let me do this. Give me a second. This on my main monitor. There was a guy who was doing card game stuff. Now I can't find him. Maybe he's not alive anymore. Grr, don't be hard on yourself. Grr, yeah, thank you. It's always just like it's just a struggle, you know? Just one of those days. But I think it'll be good because I will I'll be getting my video out soon, which is I think it's gonna make me feel good to finally get something something done, you know. I think this guy isn't live anymore. What a shame. Okay, we're gonna raid. I don't know. Okay, we're just gonna raid. We're gonna raid. Well, this guy's doing deck building stuff, and we know him, so it's again a video game, but still cool. 37 days to launch, so that's kind of cool. Anyway, y'all, thank you for being here. I appreciate you, as always. I will see you all on Wednesday. Hopefully, I don't think the video will be done by then, but hopefully it'll be pretty dang close. And then we'll probably just finish this card and maybe do some other stuff. I'm gonna try to set up some, you know, more playtest, more collaboration kind of things. I also have some plans with some. I'm back. I'm literally leaving Toot because you left me. And that's why. I'll cancel the raid for half a second. I'll talk to you for 2 minutes. There you go. But yeah. Thanks, pal. We'll hang out for a few seconds. Yeah, I think I don't know. It's what was I saying even? We went to lunch, it wasn't optional. No, it's all good, dude. Yeah, I don't know. Just feeling kind of tired. Yeah, anyway, I don't know. I think we're just gonna raid out. And I need food. Extra hungry today. So yeah, I think we will to just chowder them all out. Yeah, I think honestly, I just don't have anything else. I don't have anything else. What are we gonna do? We're leaving, Squishica. We're heading on out. I think we're gonna raid, boo. Y'all were literally, y'all were all gone. It was just Grot hanging out. Well, T-Bo was here too, but who are we gonna raid? I think we're gonna raid Mudda Sheep. He does a, he's working on his own, deck builder, but it is a, video game. I'm drawing from school. No, you're good. You guys are good. I don't know. I think I'm just low energy right now. So I think it is time. 'Tis time. How many push-ups redeems do you get? 0. You're tired because you didn't get any push-ups instead of redeems. Probably. No, I don't know. I think I'm just like in a mood. But yeah. Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna dip on out of here. I need food. I'm hungry. So we're gonna raid, and we will see you all Wednesday. We'll do I don't know what we'll do. We'll probably finish the card we were working on, but See you, buddy. Sorry I missed most stream. No worries, dude. Not a problem. Enjoy the rest of your day. Indeed. Eats, beets for lunch. Maybe. Honestly, I would eat some beets. Beets are delicious. Anyway, catch y'all later. Toodles.